never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
How good is their run onto this little short straight down here, down to turn 8, big overtaking opportunity coming out.
Somebody pulling off, that was Christian Daniel pulling his tape off the radiator as Brian Uriarte leads over Vader, but a great kid now, he's a great racer.
Fastest lap of the race then, Carter Thompson, 1:44.8. Gonzalez is going to go for it. Vader needs the slipstream to try and catch him back up.
But Brian Uriarte has to up the inside. Tarma up the inside is Morelli on Christian Daniel. He does it. Morelli takes third.
They get quicker and quicker and quicker. We are looking at Danish, who's now in 7th place.
Here comes David Gonzalez, but he can't do it. No, Brian is too good around the outside. Ramadicha has a track limits warning. Place.
It was 9/10 of a second with the chasing group across the finish. He's got Zen Mitani still ahead of him, but looking a bit more strong. Sorry, Morelli still looking up the inside there. Brian's eking out a bit of an advantage. It's all going to come down to the back straight line that time around, Peter. They closed in by a 10th, but look at Brian out front. He's just thinking, no way. I'm at 6th place now. He's got Pugliese behind him.
So we're coming up to half distance here. Nobody has shown any kind of real advantage.
Peter.
Yeah, and what kind of drive they have onto the back straight. It's Vader for Tarma again.
Absolutely going for it. Last time around he set a 1:46.8, but actually the fastest rider on track, Peter.
Advantage. Brian Uriarte has been the most consistent front runner, but there's a few others had a go, and I would think the next wide, he hasn't got that drive. It's Brian Uriarte with the slipstream of David Gonzalez.
Joel Pons back in 19th place at 1:45.9. So actually there's a lot.
Next man who is going to have a go is Marco Morelli. He pulls alongside. No, he's not going to do it. And Vader's got to catch up because, he hadn't got the drive out onto the back straight.
The question is of pace in hand here for the riders. But do they want to burn up their tyres too quickly or not?
Well, Joel Pons, he's had a lousy here, but I think that Marco could well have a look anytime soon.
And of course, with this being the final, Peter, is it going to be Larry Lunge, Uriarte to the win, or is it going to be Dive Bomb David in 2nd place? That's
the season and a half in Rookies Cup so far, but he was 6th in FP2, made a complete mess of qualifying, didn't get
all races of the season. If you do miss Rookies Cup uncontrollably, I know I will, you can binge watch what we want to see.
And Brian Uriarte has the advantage, but he's going to hold off David Gonzalez. At a toe, but certainly he has pace round here. If his FP pace is anything.
Born Racers now on the Red Bull Motorsports YouTube channel. Just scan that QR code on your screens. It shows you all the behind the scenes.
No, it's not! No, it's Brian! It's Brian again! And he's got it. He won't be passed through the last to go by. So it would be great to see Pons way up in this group.
Uriarte and what it takes to be in Rookies Cup, from the guys at the front to the guys at the back, and that was the 2020
corners, and he's going to pick up the record number of victories. Vader Fatama is there, and
Fatama, a bit like yesterday, just swapping places around various parts of the track there, the 3 season.
And while I'm talking about internet and so forth, don't forget that in 3rd place, but it's up the inside comes David Gonzalez.
Come on, David!
So Brian's going to get the drive out.
Morelli sitting tight in 3rd position.
You have your last chance to apply to join the Rookies Cup next year up until midnight Sunday.
Climb up towards turn 5 and turn 6 now. We saw some crashes there earlier on in the qualifying. It can be still just behind him as well. Here is that fast and flowing section of the track. That's not really an overtaking spot, Christian, but
Day night, we've still got applications open, and then we'll be choosing who.
Flippy if you're offline. Some of the riders going inside. That was the number 11 there going up the inside. He didn't quite make it stick there, so we got track limits warnings for Agostinelli, Brown, Monaghan.
Will be invited to the selection event in October to decide the riders who are invited.
I think I saw David Gonzalez, the local Spaniard, slots into 3rd position. Great start from him from 3rd, and Danish.
Hakan Danish, yeah, that is very much a warning. All 3 abreast to the Cup for next season.
Could you be a story like Marco Morelli? He really is. On the grid then, as we see Giulio Pugliese just behind.
And they were coming to the corkscrew section on the brakes. And it's Marco Morelli! No plan B takes the lead.
Brilliant. No plan. just one in a long line of poster childs of Rookies Cup, isn't he?
And unless you go up there and watch it, you can't believe how steep it is, how they drop off.
Be up there once again. He's been a little bit quiet this year, hasn't he? Not what we expected from...
Yeah, well, that's right. Jorge Martini won the MotoGP World Championship last year. The edge of the world here, back into first gear through the left-hander, and then they accelerate.
The Argentinian kicked off the year with a 5th and a 4th place finish. He got
after in the post-podium press conference said, I would not be here if it not for Rookies. And they could short shift 2nd, 3rd into 4th and drive through 4th gear.
Got his first podium in Le Mans Race 2. He's not been on the podium since. This is what we want.
And absolutely true. So, back with our action now. These are the guys who are looking to go into the Grand. Absolutely sensational. This is faster and faster and faster through the left-hander, up into 5th and 2.
I want to see from Morelli.
Yeah, he had 2 wins last year, and we want to see him on the top 7 of the podium. Grand Prix classes next year. It's Uriarte, Marco Morelli, Gonzalez, Fatima, Mitani. 100 kilometres an hour, 125 miles an hour, and on the brakes they are again, and back into 2nd. It's an incredible. And Brian desperately trying to keep his KTM off the green stuff there as he chases Morelli. Pucciolesi, Hakim Danish still with a chance of being Cup champion. Part of the circuit.
And you don't want to get sucked in like Hakim Danish almost did there into that left-hander.
Away from the first corner.
And of course, him and Morelli came to blows back in Sachsenring, didn't they? And look at the gap. Such a technical part of the circuit here as we watch sort of the slow motion of the riders. So easy to run off, run wide, click the wheel of the rider in front of you, something like that. And now we are all downhill then with the chasers. They are on it. They are going to catch them, I think, Peter. It was... this nice overtake from Uriarte into Curvone. On towards the back straight. Peter, I'll remind you what you said. Surely no one's going to get away with it or run away with it. Was 6/10 of a second as they come across the first intake. These guys, they don't lift through there at all, do they?
No, and he's using all up the curb there.
It's Vader Pato. It's like he's got an earpiece listening to our commentary. He's gone, what are you talking about, old man? Immediate split there, so I think that's it. The leading pack have been caught officially.
It's fairly bumpy across the inside there, but it doesn't seem to bother them at all, does it? Okay, we're back live now.
Oh,
yeah, he's gone, isn't he? But no, Brian will catch him. Come on, Brian. He knows what he's doing round here.
This rider on track is that rider there, number 7 of Beñat Fernandez.
And of course, that group of 5.
Someone's down in the background. Couple of riders down. That is a big shame. It looked like could have been.
He knows what he's doing wherever he is. There's the number 11 of David Gonzalez picking up the slipstream. Punches a big hole in the air, and that drags the other guys into the slipstream very effectively. So
Beñat Fernandez being one of them, it is, and I think it's him and Christian Daniel, 2